Hey, have you scheduled your call yet? When are we hopping on the phone to finally talk through your biggest sleep question? If you've been listening to the last few episodes, you already know that I've been basically begging you to fill out my listener survey. And yes, it really has felt like begging. But honestly, I don't mind. This is important to me, and I hope the two thank you gifts that I'm offering show you just how much your response means to me. So let me ask you one last time. Would you please take just a few minutes to fill out my short listener survey? It's quick and it gives you a chance to tell me what brought you to How Long Till Bedtime, what you love about the show, what you want more of, and even what you think I could do better. I'm truly open to hearing it all. And as a thank you, you're going to get a free 15-minute sleep coaching call with me. No pitch, no pressure, just a real conversation where you can ask me your top sleep question or pick my brain about anything else that's been keeping you up at night. Plus, if you complete the survey by July 31st, you'll be entered to win a Whoop strap, version 4, with 2 free months of service included. You'll find the survey link in the show notes, or you can head to sleepandwellnesscoach.com/survey. This is the last episode where I'm making the big survey begging pitch before the July 31st giveaway. So if you've been meaning to do it, please take a moment today. I'd really love to connect with you one-on-one and hear your thoughts. Thanks so much, and I can't wait to talk to you. Okay, on to today's episode. Are you nervously eyeing the calendar, wondering when the 4-month sleep regression is going to hit? Or worse, are you already in the thick of it? I get it. It's one of the most talked about sleep disruptions in early parenthood. But here's the good news. It doesn't have to wreck your baby's sleep or yours. Today, I'm sharing the one skill that can make a world of difference, helping your baby fall asleep after being put down, drowsy but awake. If you're expecting or have a baby who is 4 months or younger, this episode is most definitely for you. Hi, I'm Allison Egidi, a pediatric sleep and wellness coach and a mom of 2. I love to help parents find solutions. This is How Long Till Bedtime. Let's talk about that dreaded milestone, the 4-month sleep regression, or as I like to call it, the 4-month sleep progression. Because while it might feel like everything's going off the rails, it's actually a sign that your baby's sleep is maturing. And ultimately, I promise that that's a good thing. But here's the catch. With that maturity comes lighter sleep, which can mean more frequent wakings. And that means there's a need for a very specific sleep skill, the ability to put themselves to sleep or back to sleep. If your baby has been relying on being fed, rocked, or bounced to sleep as they go through this developmental sleep leap, they're going to wake up more often, maybe even after just one 30-minute sleep cycle, and look for that same help in order to fall back to sleep. That's why one of the best things that you can do before or during this window is help your baby practice falling asleep independently. And it starts with a phrase that I have no doubt you've heard before, and that is drowsy but awake. But what does that really mean? Let me break it down. It means you're putting your baby in the crib or the bassinet at bedtime or for a nap when they are relaxed and calm. Maybe even their eyes are a little heavy or doing that slow blink. but they are still awake enough to know that they are being placed in their crib. You're not trying to sneak them in like a ninja mid-snooze. You're giving them the opportunity to learn that they can finish the job of falling asleep on their own in their crib or bassinet. And that's key because when your baby learns to fall asleep in the same place that they're going to end up waking up, their brain doesn't sound the alarm at the end of every sleep cycle. There are no surprises when they wake up. This is what they remember, and they can adjust and go back to sleep. So, why should you prioritize this skill before 4 months? Teaching this skill matters so much between 6 weeks and 4 months. That is a golden window, in my opinion. Your baby's brain is starting to form sleep associations anytime after they've started to smile. That means that they're connecting what they are doing and what's happening around them when they are in the process of falling asleep. This is a perfect time to help them learn how to fall asleep in the crib rather than always in your arms. And here's the truth I want you to hear. If you help your baby build this skill now, you are much less likely to experience a full-blown sleep regression, which means you're less likely to need what we think of as structured sleep training. Yes, their sleep may shift and change. Yes, naps may get a little shorter for a time during this period. But if they have this skill, you won't have to reteach the entire concept of sleep from scratch when you hit 4 months. It's all about laying this foundation early. So, how do you actually teach this skill? Let's say it's nap time. You've done your short wind down routine, and I mean short. Put on a fresh diaper, put them in the swaddle or the sleep sack, and then you're singing your designated sleep song. You've dimly lit the room. The room is calm and quiet. Maybe you have white noise on. You rock or bounce your baby gently while they start to relax. You feel them start to soften in your arms, or you start to see that heavy, slower eyelid blink. And then this is your moment. You place them in the crib. While they are definitely still awake, they're just relaxed. And then you support them in falling asleep in the crib. That might look like placing a hand on their chest or gently shushing or just sitting nearby so they can see and hear you. If they get upset, you can absolutely pick them up and try it again. And if you try it a few times and it's not working for that nap or that bedtime, that's okay. The goal is not perfection. The goal is practice. So start with just one nap a day. I love the first nap of the day. And then build on that. Hopefully, by the time your baby hits 12 weeks, you're aiming for them to fall asleep in the crib or the bassinet for 2 naps a day. And we've tacked on bedtime. So, what if your baby seems to wake up the second they touch the crib? Because that's the biggest complaint I hear when parents start to work on it. It's not working. The second they hit the crib, it's like the crib mattress is lava. Here are 2 things that I want you to consider. You might be putting them down too drowsy, which means they're in that weird in-between state where they were kind of asleep/awake. And then when you laid them down, it felt really jarring and they startle to a very alert state. So I'll tell you what I'd like to compare it to so you can maybe understand what they're experiencing. It's a little bit like if I put on my pajamas, I brush my teeth, and I go sit on the couch to just watch a show before I go to bed. And I start to watch that show and I start to get the heavy eyelid blink or the head bob. And I'm starting to realize, oh, I am about to fall asleep. I am just at the cusp of falling asleep. I should just turn off the TV and hop into bed. And that's what I do. I turn off the TV. I get up from the couch. I don't need to even brush my teeth. I just climb right into bed. And lo and behold, I am completely awake. Because the sleep wave came when I was sitting on that couch. I didn't ride that sleep wave. I got up, I moved to the bed, and now I'm awake. That's what's happening if we put our babies down too drowsy and they have that response where they're suddenly very alert and they're very resistant to then trying to go to sleep. So try to put them down a bit more awake. Think about calm and relaxed, but maybe not drowsy. Maybe it's calm and relaxed, but alert. Okay, number 2, they might be overtired. If you've had a rough night or a challenging nap day or recent days, or the wake window running up to that nap was a little too long, then they may be overtired, and that makes it hard to learn a new skill. We all know it's hard to learn something new when you're overtired. So try moving that nap time up earlier, shorten that wake window, or shifting that bedtime a little bit earlier, a shorter wake window before bed. And it might just be the difference of 10 or 15 minutes. It might not be huge. So test out trying to put them down a little sooner, earlier, and see if it helps so they aren't overtired when they're working on this new skill. The better you do at catching their sleep wave, which can sometimes be guided by sleepy cues, the easier the process will be. So here's what I want you to take away from today. Drowsy but awake isn't just a buzzword. It might be your best friend if you want to avoid the 4-month sleep regression. This is your chance to build a skill that makes for smoother nights and longer, more consistent naps as your baby matures. And if you'd like support as you navigate this period, I'd love to help you. My program, Have Baby Need Sleep, is designed to guide you week by week from birth through 20 weeks. I'll show you exactly how to teach your baby to fall asleep on their own without tears or sleep training, and you'll get weekly coaching from me to help you troubleshoot along the way. I really think this program is ideal if you're expecting or your baby is 12 weeks or younger. That's the ideal time to enroll. You can learn more through the link in the show notes or visit sleepandwellnesscoach.com/programs. And just a reminder, if you haven't filled out the listener survey yet, I would so love to hear from you. We can also use your free 15-minute consultation that you're going to receive as a thank you for completing the survey to talk about drowsy but awake troubleshooting. The link is in the show notes, or head straight to sleepandwellnesscoach.com/survey. All right, you've got this. And I promise that your baby is capable of amazing things in the sleep department. All right, bye for now. Thank you for listening to How Long Till Bedtime. To learn how we can work together to improve your child's sleep, please visit sleepandwellnesscoach.com.